The great intergenerational theft took place under the auspices of a virus. I know, let's use the greatest health crisis in the century to really speedball the transfer. This is the NASDAQ from 2008 to 2012. We let the markets crash. But wait, lately, no, 1 million people dying would be bad, but what would be tragic is if we let the NASDAQ go down and guys like me lost wealth. So we pumped the economy, which again, increased the massive transfer of wealth. The best 2 years of my life, COVID, more time with my kids, more time with Netflix, and my value of my stocks absolutely exploded.
What's up, everyone? My name is C. Welcome to the C Talks channel. If you're new, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, let's react. That was Scott Galloway, who's a guy who I really look up to. And he's an NYU professor, writer, business guy, all of that stuff. So super cool guy. And I'm always watching his content and reacting to what he has to say because I really resonate with him. By the way, for those of you who don't know, this clip is from a TED Talk that Scott gave. In that video, Scott Galloway was talking about the great intergenerational wealth transfer that happened during the pandemic from young to old. During the pandemic, the U.S. economy was artificially propped up. Think stimulus checks, unemployment checks, etc. And it was artificially propped up. And what happened? A bunch of money transferred from the younger generation to the older generation. So it was propped up and artificially. It wasn't allowed to crash like it should have crashed. So Scott talks about how the best 2 years of his life financially were COVID. He says the value of my stocks exploded and he got to spend a bunch of time with his family. Somebody has to pay for things. That's just something that we should all know to be true, right? Somebody has to pay for things. There's no such thing as one person benefits and then that happens from thin air. Somebody has to pay. So Scott Galloway in this video said, who has to pay for my prosperity? Future generations who will have to deal with an unprecedented level of debt. Somebody has to pay for things. We're screwed as younger generations. We're going to have to just work way harder for much less compensation. And it's very unfortunate, but someone has to pay. If you look at the current federal debt as of 2023 in the US, it's $33.17 trillion. And it just keeps going up. The U.S. is borrowing a bunch of money and you can see the economy just not doing well. Sadly, the younger generation is screwed in venting. Rightfully so. Hop on Instagram, TikTok. I'm on YouTube. I talk about things that I find important. We're screwed. How are we going to get out of this? We're all venting. I don't see boomers and Gen Xers venting. They're well off. They're doing good. So one thought that I have, every once in a while, it'll pop into my head. Every couple of months. I'm 36 now. Will I be able to retire comfortably in 30 years? Will I be able to not have to work until the day that I croak? I hope I don't have to work past 65. That wouldn't be a happy retirement. I want to enjoy the last couple of years of my life. But will I be able to retire? Look around you and see how bad the economy is. Will we be able to retire? Doesn't look good. Another thought that I have is maybe the U.S. should just let the economy crash. Scott talked about it in this video. Let the economy crash. When you have crashes, everything resets. Biology, Scott says it in this video, and I agree, is ageist. Older people do not contribute to society in the same manner that younger people do. When you're old, that's the end of your life. You can't contribute that much. Opportunities should be there for the younger generations, not so much the old. We're the backbone. The young and the working are the backbone of everything. We should be compensated accordingly. Not, like corporate greed is a thing. Capitalism is a thing. So maybe we should let the economy crash. That's a thought. Reset everything, right? Have a crash, everything resets. So in this same video, Scott talked about how wealthy people should not be on Social Security. And I applaud that. Like kudos. It's so true. Social Security is based off of how much money you made the last, I think, 5 years of your working career. So if you were super successful and you made a ton of money your last 5 years, you're practically rich in retirement and you're getting a ton of money in retirement. That's not what Social Security is supposed to be for. It shouldn't be to make the rich richer. It should be to help people who work their whole lives and help them in their older age. I have two hardworking first-generation immigrant parents, and I'm a first-generation immigrant. They're on Social Security, and that helps them a lot. They're not rich. Social Security was made for people like my parents. So to sum it up, in that clip, Scott Galloway talked about the great intergenerational transfer of wealth that happened from young to old. The old are very well off. They're doing very good. The young are struggling. And it doesn't benefit societies to have these sorts of dynamics. The young contribute more than the old. Surprise. Old people already work their whole lives. Young people are working and working hard, and we're the backbone of society. We deserve to get compensated fairly, period. That's my final thought. All right. My name is C. Appreciate you guys watching. If you liked this video, you'll also like this other video up on the screen. I'll be back with more videos soon. Peace.